Hello, everyone. It's Joanne, and I thought I better get started on my altered trading card or artist trading card, whichever you want to call it. I always say altered trading card, as I think that's how I originally heard it, but I'm not sure. So I know both are used. I guess I shouldn't say I'm not sure. It's just that I know that both are used, but I tend to use altered trading card. All right. So Sandra from Blossom and Inspire, Sandra Wildermuth, she hosts a altered trading card exchange, so an ATC exchange, once every season. So, and I've been doing them since the beginning. I think she's done it for a couple years now. And every season, at the time before the new season, so now it'll be winter, of course, she people send in ideas for the elements that they think should be included. So like spring might be, flower, the color pink, or what have you. But this time, and then Sandra draws out of a bowl or something the elements, and then we need to include those three elements in our ATC. So this time it was cardinal, snow, and circles or dots. And so I'll just tell you, I always try to come up with some sort of a theme, I love themes, or like a story or an idea that relates to the three elements. And so I was thinking of Christmas, of course, for winter, and the cardinal, and the snow and all of that. I live in Wisconsin, so we get a lot of snow, so I'm definitely familiar with that. So I did some thinking on it, and I found this pretty cardinal from a little magazine that I get in the mail, and then here's my we have been using these Rolodex cards, the little bigger ones, like 3x5, for the altered trading cards that we've been doing for this year, I think yeah. And then before we had like just 3x5 cards, but now we're doing the Rolodexes, which is kind of nice if you have a Rolodex holder, because then you can put the card that you get in the exchange in your Rolodex holder. But so I thought I better cover this because I wanted the snow to show up. And so I had this packing paper, so I kind of cut that out, and then I inked the edges of the card a little bit so it would blend in, because it wasn't quite big enough to cover the edges, which I could have got a new piece of packing paper because I have a lot of it, but I just thought, let's go with it. I kind of do like a little bit of a rustic look. I don't always like things to look all streamlined. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, and then I got this, I had this, which was some bingo chips that were like two cards of bingo chip, or one card, and I cut it. And I thought that I would do circles. So I'm going to put the little cardinal guy. It's a guy because the female cardinals are more brown, which isn't fair. They're more homely, but still pretty birds. But the males are the brightly colored ones. So, and I'm going to trace these little circles. And then in the circles, I want to write words that signify kind of the Christmas season to me, like joy, peace, merry, perhaps, or love, things like that. So, so that was my thinking. And then I have some gesso. I could use just acrylic paint, but I decided the gesso has kind of a gritty, sandy look when it dries, and I thought that might be good for the snow feel, the snow look. And then I just have these cards that you get at least we do. We get all these little cards in the mail that they want you to sign up for, like food delivery, or this one's DoorDash, but I don't know, I have a bunch of them, or old credit cards. I use those as well, but this is what I'm going to put the gesso on, because I only need a little bit for the bits of snow, and then I'll let that dry. So I think the bits of snow will be the last thing. There is a little snow on him, so that could kind of qualify for the theme too, but I don't know, I just thought I'll just do it this way. And then I have this envelope because it just kind of helps with if I blob, paint, or, the gesso, or who knows. Accidents happen. In Joanne's craft room, accidents happen. So, and I don't have a ton of time today. My husband and I are going out to a show. It is a Friday. But so I just thought I better get doing this because Christmas is coming, and I want to get I want to get a jump on my Christmas journals, which I'm going to probably start this weekend, and continue through next week. I think I have a couple from last year perhaps that I might be able to sell, but I got to look through and see what I got. So anyway, let's just get to gluing and pasting, I guess. I think, I could use glue tape runner for this, but I think I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Aqua. So just to have more, so I can get right up on those edges so it doesn't come away from the Rolodex card, I guess. So, all right, I'll just go along the edges, and you only need a thin stream of glue with this type of thin paper, so you don't want to get too globby either with the glue. So I'll try to do, I'm already getting globby, but that's me. So, all right. And then I might need to cut around those edges a little bit more too, I guess. Let me get some more, a little bit beads of glue on here to make sure it stays. I've always been a glue fiend and a tape fiend. When I was a little girl, I always loved tape, and I think maybe not as much glue, but definitely tape. And my parents would even like give me in my Christmas, well, or I guess, no, not my parents. What am I talking about? Santa Claus. Santa Claus gave me, just in case we have any little ears listening, Santa Claus gave me, I'm losing my train of thought here, rolls of tape in my Christmas stocking. Probably a lot, like almost every year, because I would go through rolls of tape like there was no tomorrow. See, I was destined to be a junk journaler, I'm telling you. So I always loved paper, and in fact, I do have a cute story. My first grade teacher was the nicest teacher I ever had. Her name was Miss Dopkins, and then I think she got married, and I don't know what her married name was because that was later, but she was the nicest woman. And, in those days, I don't know nowadays if they use like maybe whiteboards more and things, but we definitely had a lot of photocopied papers. And in first grade, I was digging the papers that she would throw out the excess. I don't think we did recycling back then. And she was throwing them out, and I was grabbing them out of the garbage can and taking them and using them with my little girlfriends to make little, to draw on or to write on or do different things. And that was first grade. So see, I was always like, into the, into, I don't know, doing things with paper crafting. There you go. Trying to think of what this is. All right. Now on the back of the ATC, then we usually just put like, it's already getting glue on this. We put, well, I do have some papers that are already stamped. So I may use one of those, or I may just write, but I thought, let me see, like I usually cut out these out. These were stamped by other friends who participate in the exchanges, and then we can write, our name and different things on the back. I'm not sure though. Sometimes it's really hard to write on these because they're so small. They're really pretty though. I like them, and I do use them often. And here's a nice red one if we wanted to use for the winter, for the cardinal and stuff. So this is artist trading card. All right. So I don't know. It's kind of blurry though. I don't know. Picky. Goodness gracious. All right. So let's see. And I'm kind of brainstorming along with this. So if I pause and kind of have little brain lapses, you'll know why, because I'm not completely sure how this is going to go. And that's always fun in Joanne's craft room, because then the laughs and the mistakes just are rampant. So, yeah, which you're like, how is that how is that different from any other video you do? Yeah, good point. Thank you. All right. So I did do a test of the gesso earlier just to see if it would show up on this brown, and I just used the back of a, paintbrush. So, and it did work. So I'm like, okay, so we're good. All right. So he's going to go there. And then again, those circles, but this is still kind of wet. So maybe we'll just kind of, well, not wet, but just still the glue's kind of drying. Maybe I should have done this in phases. You're like, maybe you should have done this ahead of time and then come back. Well, I didn't. So here we are. All right. getting really picky about those edges. Yeah, and I think maybe around this little edging here. So if somebody does want to put this in their Rolodex, I do have a Rolodex holder, but I think it might be for smaller Rolodex cards. I have to dig it out. I got it like at a garage sale, not a garage sale. I think it was like my mom's senior center has all these like sales and stuff. I think it might have been from there. I don't remember. Or mom might have gotten it as part of an auction thing. I don't know, but I have one. But I think, if I remember right, it is a smaller one. So I don't think it'll hold these bigger cards. And I do have an ATC holder that I made, which I can show you since we're on the theme, the topic. So I have my ATCs that I've gotten, but it's running out of room. Like I have to fit this other one in here and I haven't yet. So that one's running out of room. So I need to make a new one or put them in something else. I don't know. Decisions. Okay, let's see if we can get him on here at least. And then, I'll dry this good overnight too. I may come back with you all if it's seeming like it's going to be hard to do the next step in the process here, but we'll try. We can glue him on at least. Okay. And I just need to do along the edges for him. I'm not going to do all the way through. All right. Okay, sorry, I'm off screen with him. All right. Yeah. But yeah, this exchange is a lot of fun, and I've gotten some amazing ATCs from it, and I love having him in that holder I showed you, and I do have one of them mounted, the one that Kat made. I think that was last year. I have that one mounted above here. It's on my windowsill, on the windowsill, just straight in front of me. I have a nice window here in my craft room. I really love that, so I don't feel like I'm a shut-in. Yeah, so, all right. Okay, now, so I thought I'd get him on there first and then trace the circles. So, but it's still kind of wet, so what I may do, and I don't think I want to do the snow yet because I definitely want to get these circles in. And I think I want to do the circles just on the brown paper, although I thought I could do part of a circle here, like by him. But I don't think I want to trace on this one. It's kind of wet. Well, let's see. And these are bigger circles, but that's going to allow me to write good. I thought, I could use smaller circles. I have this other little card somewhere that I had punched out little game pieces from that had smaller circles, but then I thought those would be really hard to write in. Okay, well, let's just try tracing one of them and see how it looks. So, and I thought it would be kind of fun if they're kind of even, they don't have to be real great. Okay. All right, there's that one. Okay, it's working out all right to trace them. And I thought I'd kind of even just do a little bit of like double tracing along the edge just to give it some interest. So again, it's not so streamlined. You see what I mean? All right. And then this one maybe kind of, I don't know. It's just my thinking, and I don't want it to be all there like that. That's what I was more thinking. Not so. Let me try this one again. Okay. That one got, and even just kind of shadowy, or I don't know, just like it's a snowy day and it's kind of murky, because we get a lot of snow here, like I said, and it does get kind of like visibility gets worse and stuff in the snow. You're like, you're going too far with the theme, Joanne. Yeah, okay, well, that's my problem. I mean, that's just one of many issues I have, so really, I mean, really. Okay, I like that it's kind of not great, right? Like, not so perfect. I've learned to embrace imperfection. Okay. And I feel like, so let's see, peace, joy, Mary, maybe one here, kind of half a one. You could do joy. Okay, like just part around his little beak thing here, around it. Okay. All right. yeah, so I think it's just fun to kind of create a story around these, that whatever elements, like I said, that we get, and just kind of something different, like just fun to think on that for me, because I like to work in themes. My journals are usually like seasonally based or based on a theme. Like, I may do like a Wonder Woman journal, or, I'll do like a Barbie or whatever. So they're very theme based, and I really do like, I almost feel like I want another circle that. No. Okay, let's not get crazy with the circles. Let's take our time here. Now, the problem is, okay, what am I going to use? Now I have to see. Oops, I just shook your camera. I am so sorry. I know that's annoying. All right, got some scrap paper here because I want to see. I'm not sure how big I'm going to write these. I think, and then we could do them whimsical, right? Like we could do this like joy. Maybe joy with that, or that'd be kind of cool. And then if we did peace, I don't know. Okay, peace. Okay, I'm thinking if this, oops, sorry, here we are, losing the whole envelope and the whole shebang here. I think this is the right size marker. This is a Sharpie, like a fine point. So I don't want to go any bigger than that, or it's going to get blurred. Okay, and then we have Mary and love. So love could be fun. Could do a big L like that, or I think we're just writing like this. All right. All right, yeah. So, all right. So I'm just kind of thinking like on here, before I do these, I do not want to mess these up. But you know what? If I do, I've got more packing paper and I could cover them. I can cover any mistake. All right. Maybe, you know what? I could do the gesso right now. Since this is going to have to dry, and I want that to dry really good before I write on there, let's go ahead and do the gesso while you're here. Okay. So, all right. So this is okay, because then I can do some of this, and then probably what I'll do is let it dry really, really good. Do the back, and stuff that, stuff that you don't really need to see me working on. And then you could, then you'll, and then I'll just show the final project. I don't know where I was going with that. Okay. All right. Okay. So snow, I hope this looks like snow. Yeah. It's kind of murky. Okay. All right. Oops. All right. Some of the snowflakes are going to be bigger. Okay. We'll add some on this paper down here, because he had some there from the image. Yeah, that's working out pretty good. I think so. All right. These look smaller. I'm going to make those a little bigger. Okay. It doesn't matter, but all right. Hope that looks like snow. That one got kind of, okay. Oops. All right. Whoops. I don't want to, oh, look at what I just did. I just got snow all over. It's not really snow, Joanne. Okay. Yeah. Well, there we go. Oh, I knew it. It's not a Joanne tutorial unless some kind of disaster happens. Okay. Some of those are bigger. This one. Okay. All right. Honestly, if you're doing this yourself, you do not need to be so particular about it, but I don't know. Sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. I always say that. Oh, like I'm embracing the imperfections. And then I redo things like 14 times. And you're like, oh, yeah, honey, you're really embracing the imperfections, aren't you? Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe after I write the words on there, I may add more snow too, because this snow is weird. The snow is only hitting certain things. Oh, wow. All right. You know what? This is what it is. Maybe one on him. I'm afraid to do any on him. Okay, just a little bit. He's got some on his feathers. I don't want to do too much. Okay. A little bit on the, oh, hey, the doorbell just rang. Okay, I will come right back. Okay. Okay, sorry. Major security breach. Our little dog was freaking out. The doorbell is, code red. And it was just a dog food delivery for our bigger dog, Marcia. she was getting low on food, and sometimes we just buy it in the stores, but sometimes I go ahead and I'll do, like I'll do the delivery. Well, actually, this time I just had it shipped, but it's just from like PetSmart because I had a coupon, and they delivered it within 1 day. I mean, sometimes it's amazing, right? It's just like, I don't know. It's like with Amazon and stuff too. I just can't believe it sometimes how fast things get delivered. All right, I think that's good for the snow. Maybe a little bit smaller snow dots. Oh, that one came out jagged. Okay, I don't like that one. We'll make it just murky. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. I can add more later after I do like the words and stuff. All right. So I'm a little afraid to do the words on camera. Oh boy. Fear is setting in. Doubt. All right. And I don't know what I'm going to do on the back. So I'm definitely going to let this dry. You know what? I better let it dry, because if I don't and I start writing and I start smearing the snow. So yeah, I better just let it dry. And then I'll come back probably, well, tonight we're going to a show, like I said. So probably do it tomorrow. But for you, it'll just be a little blip, and then we'll be back. And then I'll do some thinking on what I want to do on the back of it, usually just my name and everything. But I do have like, I don't know, I had a doily that I was thinking, kind of, no, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to do like, maybe some Christmas paper on the back. We could do kind of make it look pretty on the back too, I guess. Do some Christmas paper and then, mount a little piece of paper with my name and all of that info on there. That might be cute. Okay. Yeah. And I need to get I've got all my Christmas stuff ready to go and got a lot of it out. But since we're going away tonight and then we're staying over, we have a dog sitter coming. And so the spare bedroom where she's going to be sleeping has a lot of my stuff in there, and I didn't want it all scattered all around, because typically when I'm working on junk journal kits or junk journals for my Etsy shop, everything is littered all around because I'm, sourcing from multiple piles. And it looks terrible when it's in process, like when I'm doing that. And right now my craft room looks terrible already. So, well, that's nothing new. But I didn't want to have all of that stuff all over. I did make my Christmas kits already for my Etsy store. So enough of them. I mean, I'll replenish if they sell. But those are all set to go. But I need to work on my Christmas junk journals. And those I do typically work on like right here, but I do need to go through them and really decide like what kind of Christmas journals I want to make and what I want to use in the Christmas journals this year. So I feel like I'm doing a lot of sorting and then purging and setting some things aside, like, oh, I've used these in journals enough. Like if there's a certain style of paper that I've used already a lot, I'm going to share these in my kits because, I've used them before, and I want to make some different kind of junk journals with different papers, so I don't know. It's a whole thing. It's, maybe a lot. It doesn't need to be that complicated, but maybe I make it too complicated, but it's just all part of the creative process, I guess. All right. And then, yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll let this little puppy dry, and and then we'll come back in a day or two for me, but for you, like I said, it'll just be a little pause and we'll have some more fun. And so thank you so much. You know what? I'm just getting an idea now. I'm gonna run a red marker around those circles. I'm feeling it. Oh, and I don't want to do that yet till it's dry again, because if I start messing with that stuff and these little snowflakes are still wet, then everything's going to get ruined. So, all right. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you soon. All right. Okay. Hello, I'm back. So it didn't take as long to dry as I thought. So it's the same day. Yeah, who knew? All right, so you're like, I knew. Yeah, okay, well. Okay, so I'm just going to do some little, I did go ahead and off screen wrote the words because I felt like under the pressure of being on screen, it might not have worked out good. I don't know. Maybe it would have. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah. Okay, I want more snow. I just feel like it needs more snow. Okay, yeah, okay, that one needed to be bigger. Okay, some of them are blobby. All right, I'm going to cover up all the words maybe there. And I did go ahead, and I have no idea where I got this marker. I think I got it with a set of like garage sale stuff, but it says Spice Box marker. And let me show you, it's kind of a brush. Well, it is a brush one. What does it say on here? Just in case you wanted to get something like this. I do have other brush markers, and believe it or not, it does say brush marker, sorry. Believe it or not, I do get brush markers from Dollar Tree as well. So they're just more of a wispy one. And this one might be kind of dry. I mean, it might not be the best. Like I said, I got it from a garage sale or something, but I went ahead and kind of, did a little bit of coloring around those circles and just thought that kind of gave it kind of a neat look. So I don't know what you think, but here, okay, can you see it? I got too much stuff in the way, and I got some stickers out so I can use them on. Okay, here we are. Here's the little guy. There's the little guy. I'm starting to bond with him. Oh, he's so cute. All right. Okay. We do feed birds, but I had to get a special feeder that because squirrels and stuff were coming around and getting into the feed. So I got this kind of feeder that the openings close if a squirrel or a raccoon or anything hangs on it. And I feel like cardinals are bigger birds, so they might, I don't know if they can hang on it or not. I haven't really seen a lot of them. So we had this bird feeder that suctioned to the window, which was so fun because you could just see the birds so clearly at the window. But then the squirrels got to it, and a big raccoon one night. I was sitting there watching TV, 'cause I'm a night owl, and I don't know, it was like maybe, was it midnight? Maybe not that late. Maybe it was like 10:30 or 11, and I hear this boom against the window, and I was like, what is that? And it's pitch black outside, and I look and I see this raccoon suspended from the from the bird feeder, and I'm like, I go ballistic, I'm like, get out of here, and I don't have anything against raccoons, lovely animals, but I didn't want it in my bird feeder clinging to the window. So okay, I think that's enough snow. We get too much and it's going to be kind of weird. Well, it may already be. I think that's fine. Okay, and then what I went and on the back, I already did on the back too. You're like, what? You did stuff without us? Let me just turn this over carefully. I went ahead and wrote all the information and then again used this brush marker, which it came out kind of blobby maybe, but I think it's kind of cool. Again, I don't, I want it to look kind of snowy and visibility is hard and just to kind of look kind of cute. And so I just did the circles with red, with this Pilot red extra fine little pen, red pen, and wrote, my information and then just a little message for everyone. So, or yeah, for whoever gets it, not everyone, but for everyone watching, but also for whoever gets the ATC card. Now, I feel like this gesso dries pretty quick, and I do know that about gesso, so I don't know why I thought I had to dry it overnight. I guess I was thinking about the glue and the other elements, and I think this is already pretty dry. Well, there's a couple that aren't, I can tell, because I'm going to add some little stickers, and just carefully put it here. Okay, I got out some Christmas stickers that I have. And now these are Walmart. Okay, thought it was maybe Hobby Lobby. So I was thinking I would just put some little stickers. Now, this doesn't have to be Christmas. This is just winter. But I think, it's kind of winter-ish. Let's see if I can get this across. I love these little kind of lights and banner type things. I really do. Oops. Okay, well, I could have done that differently. Well, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. I'll cut off the edge there. All right, so I thought that one would be cute. Maybe a little pine bow here, a little pine branch. I guess I'm kind of off camera, but let's see. I don't know, maybe not. You know, sometimes I take things out and then I think, no. Yeah, I don't know. That's looking a little ugly. This is kind of big. Unless it's down here. Could do that. Let's see. I want to stick it down and okay, all right, we're going with it. Okay, can always peel it off. I don't like it. This was a cute, this is from a Happy Planner page, and I used a lot of them, as you can tell, but it's a winter bucket list sheet, and it was so cute, so I did use a lot of those already. So, again, this is that Walmart one. I thought it'd be kind of cute to put some little snowflakes around, like little snowflakes, especially because we have the other side, and here's a little ornament, maybe. Okay, where does that go? Over here. Just a few little doodads to kind of decorate the back. I mean, it doesn't have to be elaborate. And sometimes I go too far with some of this stuff, and then I may need to peel them off later because I'll be like, oh, tacky, you know. I did kind of think this little one would be kind of cute in a corner. It's like a little pink poinsettia. I don't know. I'm not loving it. Okay, let's get that one back on there. I have some pink Christmas journals that I may want to put those in. I'm going to go ahead and slice this edge here of the sticker. Now, that's the thing with stickers. Don't be afraid to cut them. I have stickers sometimes from companies or ads and stuff, and I just cut that part off. You know, you can do whatever you want. It's your sticker. All right. Here's some more of these little snowflakes. A couple up in here. Okay. And it's good to use these little tiny stickers because I feel like sometimes I don't really use a lot of the little really tiny ones. I tend to use a little bit bigger stickers. So I think it's kind of fun to, you know, to have a reason to use these little ones. Now these are like little red snowflakes, which they're kind of like little asterisks or something. Let's see if I can get them off here. That's another issue when they're so tiny and my fingers are all full of glue from all this. Okay, I'm going to peel the backing away. And I also have gesso all over. Oh, okay. All right, here. Okay, let me just get this line of stickers off and see if I can punch them out easier. And then, yeah, okay. You're like, what are you doing? I don't know. We're going with it. Okay, where's my big scissors? There we go. It's going to be easier once I get these off here to punch them through. All right, here. Okay, I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. All right. It happens. Okay. I often talk to myself when I'm crafting, when I'm cleaning, yeah. It's a thing. Another issue. Okay. My husband will, like, you know, he'll surprise me. He'll, you know, I'll be doing something. He'll be like, and I'm talking away to myself. I mean, I'm not completely blathering. I mean, it's not like I'm a complete lunatic. Although close, but it's usually just, you know, like I'll be saying something like, oh, where do I put this? Or, you know, kind of quiet. And then he'll come up, you know, behind me and be like, who are you talking to? And I'll be like, myself. Me, myself, and I. All right. And you'd think after being married to me for like 34 years that he would have figured me out by now. But surprisingly, not necessarily. Although sometimes I think he's just confirming things. Like he'll ask me something he already knows. He probably already knows I'm talking to myself, but. All right. Okay. Here. Okay. And then might as well use, like I said, I don't tend to use these little stickers unless I'm doing goal setting. Then they're kind of cute to use. Like if you have a goal sheet and you have your little goals on there and then you just put the little stickers when you complete the goal. Okay, for the day, I totally botched that one. Okay, do I have one more? I have one little one left of this row. I'm sure I have more of these sheets too, but I don't want to break it. Okay, I'm breaking the paper around it so I don't break this little guy. There. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, one at the top here. Alrighty. Okay, there we are. Okay. I don't want to do too much more with it or it's just going to get ruined. So you're like, too late, already ruined. No, it's not. All right. I don't know. I don't like the back to be boring. I was just going to have it be the circles with the information in it. And I'm like, no, that's kind of boring. So I wonder if I should Mod Podge these. Well, I think they'll stay on good enough. If some of them come off, that's okay, because there's like 20 of them on there. So, yeah. If I start doing more with it, like I said, it'll just get ruined. I have experience with this where it just gets kind of too much. It's already getting tacky enough. Let's leave it. Okay, so there's the back. There's the front. How are we doing with... Oh, and my brush is stuck to my tissue here. Great. I don't know. Is that enough snow? I think so. Yeah, is it glare? Sorry, there's a glare. Okay, I'll get this thing out of the way. All right. I think that's it. I think that is it. If I start getting snow all around more, it's just going to get too much. Let me hold it up here for myself. I think it's okay. I don't know. You could do with more snow if you wanted, but no, I think it's fine. Okay, let's just leave it. Let's leave it. I've been known to ruin things, so all right. So there you have it. There's my altered trading card or artist trading card, and that is it. I don't know if it's the best one I've ever done, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And the back. So, yeah. So there we are. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Gosh, I wish I had a Christmas quote for you. Let me see if I can have, okay. Let me see. Here's one. This is a nice one. Okay, it's not Christmassy or, but again, this is not a Christmas ATC. Okay. Anyway, let's put him off for a second. There, it says, the more you can dream, the more you can do. And this is by an editor named Michael Korda. Michael Korda, an editor. I don't know him. The more you can dream, the more you can do. And that's just a wonderful sentiment, wonderful quote. I will leave you with that. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love and your kind comments. They warm my heart so much. And let me know what you think of my little cardinal guy. Let me know. All right. Too much snow, too little snow. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will see you in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.